So today we're harvesting sweet potato, but probably not quite the way you think. G'day folks, Andy here from McDowell Manor. Sweet potato vine there was trailing all down this wall, and in fact was hitting the bottom. Now I was quite happy with that, but Rosie values those little purpley funny plants, so she asked me to get rid of it, and what Rosie wants Rosie gets, and I'll cut it right back up to the top of the wall. But there was a ton of it, probably as much as you can see there. I harvested. So rather than waste that valuable resource, let me show you what I'm doing. All that vine in the sink here, so it wouldn't make a big fat mess. Now about halfway through, there was probably twice that much, I'm about halfway through taking all the leaves off. They actually squashed down a lot more than you would expect, but they're edible. So I'm going to turn all that into pesto. That's the washing machine. I guess another thing worth mentioning is if even leafless, pretty much, if I bury that vine, that'll all grow again. So it can spread completely out of control, but I don't care if it does it out the front, because it's just going to break up the rock that's in that crappy soil that I've gradually rejuvenated. So for me, this is an all-round game winner. I can use it as mulch, living mulch. I can eat it, eat the leaves. I can dig up the tubers. It grows like stink. Probably its only drawback is it grows too good. How good is that? A weed that you can eat most bits of. I won't dwell overly on making the pesto because I've done a pesto video before. So in a blender, I'm going to add our now washed leaves. You can use any edible leaves. Okay. The well-known one is basil. I'm doing it with sweet potato. You can use any nut. I'm using peanut because that's cheap. I'm using sweet chili sauce, extra virgin olive oil, garlic, onion, and I'm going to grate a heap of parmesan in. Now really the sweet chili is just to sweeten it up. I like it with a bit more sweet than I get just plain. But that's the beauty, folks. You just play with it how you want to play with it. Jug filled up, the bowl. Just give it a quick blitz and that'll chop it all up and shrink it heaps. And then we'll put the rest of this in and all the other ingredients. See that it's not grating well enough all the way through the bowl. The bottom's fine, but it's not spinning the top enough. That just means you need more oil. So I never measure the oil, I just go by when it starts to work well, it's the right amount of oil. Just cleaning the lid off, making sure that's all back in there. Took the chance, gave it a test taste. It needs more salt, and I'm going to add more sweet chili. It's not sweet enough for me. I'm tempted to add some basil. Well, I was good call on the additions. Oh my goodness, it's good. Bloody good, I'm telling you. That's pretty much perfect for me, so I'm going to stop altering. There's no end to what you could do with this stuff, folks, honestly. I could have chopped a tomato up in there or two. Like, play around with it, have fun, that's my motto. So here we are, sweet potato leaf pesto. And now we have 4 fairly large bottles overfilled to the brim with sweet potato pesto. Hope you enjoyed watching that. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and come on along and play on more adventures, either in the kitchen or in the garden, and sometimes even in a camping trailer. All right, you have a good one, eh? Uru.